Well, that was about perfect. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it all up. I don't have to say anything. I can just sit back down. How many times do we hear ourselves say, why did this happen? Why do I have to constantly keep going through the same ordeal over and over? Why do all the bad things happen to me? Why? You hear this all the time. The reason that we have these experiences is not because there's someone out there that is doing this to you. You experience everything that you experience in your life because of the choices that you make. You're responsible for your outcomes. For me personally, when I was a very small child, my mother was really big into the craft scene, and she did arts and crafts fairs all over the place with hand-painted signs. Cute little things that said welcome, and as for me and my home we serve the Lord, and other assorted little quotations. One of them that she painted said, "If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all." From the day she painted this sign, absolutely nothing but bad luck happened in our household. People were constantly sick. People were being diagnosed with cancer, with heart disease. There were car accidents left and right. There were all sorts of issues that happened. So we called it the curse. About 12 years ago, my father and I took the curse and went out into the woods, dug a hole, stuck it in it, set it on fire, and it refused to burn. No matter what it is that we did to try to destroy this thing and rid ourselves of the curse, we weren't able to do it. But then it occurred to myself and my brother that the curse is only the curse because we allow it to be. Because we give the curse the power. We all have the opportunity to look at each and every moment as something that you can be terribly upset by and that it's going to crash your world down, or you can be joyous about it and be thankful and grateful for that opportunity. When you're making that choice, a lot of us go through an extreme amount of suffering. Suffering that we bring on ourselves. But suffering is something that you can do something about. If you believe in suffering, you will be unhappy. If you do not believe it, you won't be. When you believe a lie, you will suffer. When you don't, you won't. Let your suffering be a sign that points you to the lie that caused it. Learn from suffering. Learn from the thoughts that you take seriously. Notice them and return to reality, to the present moment. And then decide whether you should be grateful or sorrowful. One of the major impacts that I found that when I'm having one of those no good, terrible, horrible, all-around bad days is that I tend to go through a really dark phase where I notice the negative energies coming at me, I absorb them in and hang on to them for dear life. And I'm sure that a lot of you have that same problem in your life. But it's in those dark times that our eyes go blind, but our souls begin to see. In these dark times, we feel all the burdens and all the shame and the ignorance of our day-to-day events. But It's through that darkness that brings us to the light. To see through that suffering, to enjoy what the light really has to offer. In the dark, we are all the same. Beautiful lives, struggling to see ourselves as we truly are. It is only in the light that we expose the monsters and demons that sleep beside the saints. There is peace and beauty in the dark, and terror and judgment in the harshness of light. So you must go through the dark in order to discover what the light really has in store for you. You see what's there, but unless you understand what's inside of you, you'll never understand what's on the outside of you. And maybe you're not supposed to make any sense of it. Does everything have to make sense? The way I see it, it is that which doesn't appear to make any sense that oftentimes makes the most sense of all. If we tear things apart and look at their inner workings, we kill the chances of those things ever growing. Who knows? They could end up being something great, beautiful, like a tree or a flower. And if you tear that seed apart, you'll never know. It'll never open. It'll never grow. You'll never know what its potential may take, or where its potential may take it. You have to find your own potential. And the only way to do that is to be able to find some good piece of earth, plant your seeds, keep them warm, and water them, offer a few cool breezes of prayer, and expose them to the light, and just let them grow. The sun always shines. It's up to us what we do with that light. You will see the truth when you can look into your heart. You must face your own shadows, and there can be no light when you look upon their faces. Those who look in the light will see only their reflection. Those who look in the darkness will see themselves. But the light will illuminate the darkness and show you all those sorrowful feelings that you hold on to and that you allow to weigh you down. And if you are grateful for that opportunity to have that suffering and bless it and let it go, you'll be more happy for it in the end. So let go. Like trees in the autumn, you must shed the old dead leaves. New ones will grow to replace them. You may either rejoice in their glory or mourn in their past. Many things have potential to accomplish greatness, but do very little with the power that they possess. Like everything in the universe, it's about choice. If we choose to act, we will. It's simple as that. Thank you.